Welcome back to Bodywise Insights. Oh my God, you guys, how has it been? Please tell me, what have you discovered about yourself? What are you learning about how your body moves things and lets go of things? How is it doing it? And if it's not yet, that's okay. If you think it's not, just watch, really watch for the ways that it is letting go. How do you experience letting go, right? So we want to see that movement off of the body, right? This is what helps us transform and heal, letting those old things go, bringing in the new stuff and letting it sink into our bodies. But anyways, I want to know how you're doing. And we're on to step 5. Holy smokes, we are halfway there. I got 10 videos for you guys. I don't know if you knew that, but this is week 5. We are talking about triggers. So this is a big one. This is a big one. We all need support with this. You need your team. We all need our teams. I have a big team of healers and helpers around me. And anyways, I wouldn't be here without the support of all of them around me. So when you are in a triggered place, oh boy, it can send you into roller coasters. I had a horrible roller coaster ride last summer where I had a severe skin infection called cellulitis. So it's just below the skin in the body. It can lead to sepsis and death. And it really brought me into a place of freeze, huge freeze, a lot of fight and flight too. Whoa, as I talk about it right now, my traps, my shoulders are like rising. I can feel them rising as I take my mind back there, right? We all have these reactions in our bodies. Anyways, it was super triggering. And everyone has those things in life. And whether you're going through one right now for yourself, whether you're in a calm zone or a calm moment of your day right now, it's like we all live through it. We all live through it, but how can we live through it with more ease and flow? How can we live through it where it doesn't feel like death threat stuff? That is hard, right? And we need to learn how to work with the little stuff so we can later on handle the bigger stuff. That's actually super helpful. So this week, we're going to focus on the little stuff. We're not going to go to the big death threat level stuff. Like, don't think of the crazy stuff that happened to you last year, like I just did. Think about tiny little things. Tiny little things. We're going to start with those. And we're going to grow our ability to deal with those. And we're going to work up to the big stuff. And always, always, always asking for support and help. Medical professions, counselors, coaches, whoever's going to help you, we need them all. So today we're going to talk about fight, flight, and freeze. These are our triggers. We get triggered by the world around us, but know that when the world around us comes, right, and we get triggered, this is about us. It's not about the world around us, even though the world can be all kinds of things, right? Good, bad, ugly, everything in between. When we come in contact with something, that means that we're involved. Our nervous systems are involved. If we're triggered, then we are involved. There's something here for us to learn. Ugh, it's a hard one sometimes. And sometimes we don't want to face it. And that's okay too, because we need to protect ourselves. But when you feel the trigger, notice for yourself. Are you in fight, flight, or freeze? And it's kind of how it sounds. Fight feels like anger and irritability, like you want to hit someone, like you've had enough, you want to scream. Usually involves the jaw clenching, the hands for punching, everything comes in and gets constricted. That's fight. Flight, like it sounds, you want to run away. This is our avoidance. This is a distracting. This is that sort of, I want to just get the hell out of here. So we're going to feel it maybe in our feet. They're going to be tapping. The legs want to be moving. I feel it in my torso. It wants to go like this when it gets into flight. So we're just going to be like the side to side motion, perhaps, that happens. Maybe the feet and the legs are involved. Flight can also be this like reaction in the shoulders of backwards motion, moving away from something, right? So that's a flight reaction in the body, and can look like anxiety, right? So emotionally can look like anxiety, can look like panic, running away, yeah, that sort of stuff. Freeze, when you get triggered with freeze, oof, you're just out of it, foggy, fuzzy, distracted, and out of it. Just leave you alone. The energy just drops way down. You are exhausted. You feel like collapsing. That is the time to just go to sleep, take a break, drink some water, and really take a bath. Like do something to help you get back into a present moment. Right? Those are deep, deep times that we all need support in. And if you notice that you're in that sort of state, then definitely reach out for help. Um, Reach out for someone to give you a hug and bring you back down into your body slowly, slowly, slowly. We all get in those places and states almost all the time too. And we can come in and out of them. Sometimes you can just like learn how to pop in. Like right now, as I talk about freeze, I can feel it. I can feel my own freeze right here on my forehead, the fuzziness and fogginess. Oh, and jaw pain. So there we go. Under my freeze, there might be some fight response attached to whatever I'm going through in this moment. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like this is cool. Can we just like let's just like describe this stuff and let's just talk about it. Let's be with it, you know? And we can learn how to manage it. We can learn how to explore it and transform it into a new you. So fight, flight, and freeze, there you go. And then the big one is the thing that's going to help repair all of that, getting into your rest and digest state. So back a couple videos ago when I was talking about that like horse, like the stallion moving and fast and like jerking you around like with the roller coaster, we can slow it down by coming into that rest and digest place. Doesn't mean it goes away. We can just slow it down, and then at least maybe we can observe one little piece of it, do a little work on it, and then it transforms a tiny little piece of it. And we keep doing that. That is chipping away at that big iceberg. We can do that. So today, after all of that conversation I've just had about fight, flight, and freeze, you can feel it in your system. I know it. Just by hearing me talk about all that stuff, you are in it. You're in one of those states, those patterns, whatever it is for you. And so we're going to call it out. I'm going to call it out. My conversation with you right now has triggered you. Notice, maybe if that's true or not true. I could be totally wrong. But notice if there's a part of you that's been triggered. We're going to call it out. We're going to see the trigger. And we're going to see, are you in fight? Do you want to punch me in the face? Are you in flight? Do you want to just shut this off right now? Or are you in freeze, totally out of it and can't even comprehend what I'm saying? Each one of those is okay. It doesn't feel okay. And it's okay that it doesn't feel okay. But you're in it, and I'm in it with you right now. And so we're going to move into rest and digest before we fly off the handle in some way. Look at the sun behind me. Look at the trees and the leaves on the trees and the grass behind me. Look at that. Do you remember the last beautiful sunny day that really got to be soaked up by you? When was that? And bring yourself to that day. You were sitting on the beach or walking in the forest or looking out the window. Whatever you were doing, bring your mind to that moment. See that sun shining on you. That beautiful blue sky, not a cloud in it. And the grass and the trees and the wind. flowing gently all around you. Taking in the air, the smells, the fresh air. Perhaps there's the gentle aroma of flowers. Or tree bark. Maybe touching something around you in this nature scene you're in, the grass, lifting your hands up to the sky, feeling the air. Feel how this feels in your body. Slide your way back into rest and digest, a place where we can bond and heal and calm our whole nervous systems down. Notice how this sinks in. What's the first thing you feel in your body? As you remember the sun on your face, and as you remember the grass underneath you, and the trees behind you, the wind around you. How do you take it in? Mm-hmm. Notice where your energy is flowing. Is it flowing downward? Is it flowing upward? Are you in the manifestation current, the enlightenment current? Take note. Really sinking in now to that feeling of the sun on your face, the grass underneath you, as if you can actually feel it right now. And how is your body responding? Breathing in and out. Maybe a yawn. Maybe it's moving and twitching. Letting yourself settle into this. And so, from this new place, notice the difference in your body. And notice that you can do this for yourself. So, this week 5 is going to be you grounding yourself as we always do. We have been. And you're going to get into that present moment, feel what the body wants to share with you. But maybe we play around with a trigger this time. You say, okay, what was a something soft, like a light little trigger, right? That's maybe at the end of the day. We do this once a day, maybe not twice. Let's do it once a day. Once a day, at the end of the day, you kind of like, you're looking through your day, you're like, what was one of my triggers today? What did I react to that I kind of want to do differently tomorrow? And feel your body's reaction. And then take yourself back to that rootedness, like anything that's going to get you in that rest and digest place, and let it move through you. That trigger, let it move through you. We're going to give you more tools for this as we go along, but this is going to be your first little practice into this. It's just like settle and ground yourself, feel into that root, and bring up a little trigger that happened that day. Feel how your body reacts, but stay rooted and let it go through you, however it wants to do that. And so lots to explore there, of course. And we'll see you next week.